situation with the whole Flightgate fiasco going on with Urban Meyer that maybe he knew that it was a calculated risk to do that move, and if it did go bad, that would just be an early exit for him so that he can get his foot in the door and take the USC job.
No.
And second part of the question.
Yeah.
Second part of the question is, with everything that's going on in Jacksonville, if they go 0 or 1 for something like that, how do you think that's going to affect the overall psyche of Trevor Lawrence going on into the continuation of his career?
All right, let's take the last part first. Good question. Trevor Lawrence has never had anything like this in his life. I'll tell you that. 4-game losing streak. I think he's lost more games this year than he has his entire life. Right, high school and college. Correct.
Combined.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he's never had that, and he's never had a coach, walk into a locker room and say the things that Urban Meyer felt compelled or needed to say this week. He's never had that, so I have no idea. I just think, and thanks for the call, Dante. I don't think that it's going to adversely affect his career because the minute it even remotely, everything now remotely twitches in the direction of a diminishing return, Urban Meyer will be gone. I mean, that's a fact. So, I mean, there is one crown jewel in Jacksonville, Florida, and his name's not Urban Meyer, it's Trevor Lawrence. And the reason why they hired Urban Meyer is, why wouldn't you think that the best college coach, not named Nick Saban, coming to this league that is more and more running offenses that look like college football offenses and hooking him up with one of the most generationally talented quarterbacks college football's ever sent to the next level, why would you think that wouldn't work out? Well, yeah. Well, you got a guy who needs to be told, don't get on a team, don't stick around. You got to get on a team plane. I'm just wondering if sometimes he didn't go back with Ohio State sometimes on a team plane or whatever. Just like, okay, I'm just going to stick around here. Or he's never had that before because every single time he wants to spend time with his family, he goes back home. I don't know. I don't know the answer to all this. All I know is that Sunday's a pretty damn big football game. Because if he, if the Jaguars get pounded like they do when Derrick Henry comes to town, then I think that might be a wrap. I really do. Because they can't have any more of a vote of no confidence in this team. They can't have they would take 1-15 if they tried hard every single time. And they thought that the coach was all in and didn't need to have a statement talking about his conduct and reprimanding him publicly from management. And didn't need to have multiple apology sessions with his players after just 4 weeks, with everything else that was going on from a strength and conditioning coach that should never have been hired. All through it, I don't need to go through the whole thing. I mean, we spent all week talking about everything that happened from the minute he was hired to the minute that this happened. But there's a bye week after a trip to London. I mean, let me just tell you this: Shad Khan bringing his team to London, and they absolutely and the number of questions. I mean, again, We've got Ted Lasso's Jamie Tart coming up. If all the Trent Krim of the Independents ask all the questions of Urban Meyer, and he's on the national stage, and they just got boat raced, and everybody from the UK is asking him questions about what happened in Ohio with that video, and they get crushed in Wembley, in Shad's own house, and there's that long flight home. How many coaches get got on the way back from London?
I was just going to say, it happens every year. Every year someone gets got.
Big game on Sunday. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.